Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon, and we are moving through Leo. It's Leo show time, everybody. Are we ready to step up on stage to face our emotions? We're heading, waning down now out of this moon. Events are turning out. Do I want this card? It's also turning, but I kind of just want to pocket. I don't know what that card is, but I felt like it needed to be thrown down. So, let's see what we threw down, and then we'll see what fell. The Magician. Threw him down reversed, though. I think that speaks more to, facing your own emotions, not necessarily confronting another person about your emotions, but confronting yourself, working your magic downwards and inwards, rather than expressing it out. Because it's very important to go through your own personal process before you just spout off emotions in random directions. Trust and believe. I'm not holding the deck upside down. I thought these were reversed and they were not, actually. How interesting. The High Priestess, the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. The perfect marriage and the perfect death. This is the beginning of a beautiful ending. A sick and twisted ending is foretold. What do we have for us in our cards? Is this what we are making to put into fruition? Or is this the emotional, things that we are confronting? Is the question that I have. I guess the internal reflects the external, so the external probably caused this reflection. We have to face how we really truly feel about this. We need to look inside at our own selves in our situation and shine a light on how it is we actually feel about this. Did I say cups? I said cups. It's 10 pentacles and 10 swords. I felt cups. Maybe it's just the marriage type situation. It feels like there's a lot of love there, but what is actually being represented is the foundation that these people are building, growing, and committing to one another. See how it's sitting in that archway, kind of like it's something that you are looking off into the future, and I think that's why this card in particular gives me that, this is off in the distance kind of thing, because they put it under the arc of the story. Get it? You have to go through your entire story arc. And this is on the other side of that rainbow, and with the 10 of Swords coming in with it, I find it to be beautifully twisted. Again, this concept is in light. This death is a willing sacrifice. This death of the 10 of Swords, which is an end of a mental kind of cycle, or also really just pulling from shadow and the pointiness of the swords. It just feels very stabby. It feels very stabby, but again, not necessarily for unproductive reasons. Like I said, I feel like this is a willing we made sacrifice. This is something that these people are acknowledging and choosing to move forward with under the light and inspiration and the new journey that is illuminated through this Ace of Wands. So tell me how you really feel. Do you love this or do you hate it? And you need to pick. You choose. My Leo is just going crazy right now. Apologies for the life and times of a Leo rising. Leo moon might make you emotional about your hair. Sorry, I had to cut that. You didn't need to watch me flip that up and tirade for a moment. I know, Leo moon wants us to pull our emotions out onto the stage and just let it all hang out and be raw, but there is good sound in advice in leaving a little mystery into it. Maybe not revealing everything and just spewing it out, but contemplating, again, reflecting on how it is that you really feel about these things and what it is that you feel like you could do with or about them. Create yourself a goal and target before you approach the person. How do you want this conversation to go? And have that in your mind before you start talking to them. Because if you're just gonna start talking to them for the sake of blowing off steam, it's gonna go crazy, wildfires burning down the city, mad, toxic. But if you sort out all of these swords and thoughts and all of the watery feelings that are not represented here but are like clearly somewhere deep beneath the frozen surface, when you sort all of those things out and you present the person that you're trying to express your emotional status to, you can come together. Present the goal first. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about this. I felt this way about this thing, and I would like to see such and such happen about it. You know, I would like to see us learn and grow from this. I would like to see good communication. I would like to see us not going at each other's throats, but recognizing that, you know, we're really are just trying to make each other better. Right? The delicate dance. Queen of Wands fell out. Reversed. On top of this, Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Swords. Sup, Queen? I mean, I immediately assign her character to the role of the storyline that we have been playing with that King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, and there was the Queen of Wands hanging out behind the King of Pentacles. And I said I didn't want to get into it, and we've been talking about it ever since. Because they keep showing up. Now, like, now we're getting into some, like, Queen of Wands stuff. Oh, it's with the scowl, just, like, looming. Like, I just see this face. Like, I just need that face. And you get her face and my face. She's just looming over top of this. Like, the way that she came out. She was face down. Like this. And she dropped over this. She wasn't even, like, showing her face present, but she's just looming. Leering. Ooh. She's a ghost. She's ghost, ghost, ghost. Yeah, maybe that's why she's Wands. Maybe she's been a spirit this entire time. Maybe she was ethereal and non-corporeal. An archetype. Yeah, because the sunflower, like, that's all I'm staring at now is the sunflower in there. She was a sun. She was an archetype. She wasn't ever supposed to be a tangible thing, but somehow, like, this archetype of the Queen of Wands is looming a shadow, casting a shadow over this part of our functionality, deeply involved, like creeping in. I was gonna say, like, creeping in like vines is where I was going, and then I caught this. The Queen of Swords. Come in with it. Machete. I wanted to say hatchet. A hatchet wouldn't do that. Well, a hatchet would work for vines too. Depends. It depends. A machete. Bring a machete. I think that's the answer. The machete is always the answer. Well, don't doubt or ask questions there. You should grab a machete. You never know when you're gonna need it. Comes in handy. Chaos, madness, Page of Wands, Four of Cups, Eight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and Two of Cups. Knight of Pentacles, why are you walking back? Come back. The Knight of Pentacles was leaving in the last part of the storyline away from the kingdom. Pause. We'll ruminate on this and deal with the other aspects of life, and we'll be right back. Okay, so what I was thinking with that Knight of Pentacles in the last read was kind of like a regression of the King of Pentacles. You know, like he got small and childish and was walking away kind of vibe and movement. But then I look at that Queen of Wands and this Page of Wands, and I feel like a rebirth, transference of energy kind of thing coming out from her. And I feel like that is coming out of this Four of Cups and Eight of Wands. So, like, I feel like this knight is moving back in this direction towards those cups that I told you were in there somewhere. They weren't in the four. I know there's cups represented there, but that doesn't mean that they were actually present and accounted for. But I feel like these cups, these two small cups right here, is kind of where it's all about. Oh yeah, we had the Queen of Cups under there too. See, I told you, there's water under the surface. But anyways, okay. So, I feel like this page energy is kind of a rebirth, transference of energy that results out of this dissatisfaction of the Four of Cups and the quick and fiery movement of the Eight of Wands, that blast. that fiery blast that just comes in all of a sudden and shakes everything up. And that expression, again, was a calculated act of war. It all is fair in love and war. But it was a calculated and planned act. It was targeted. We built a special machine so we could fire out all 8 of these wands all at once to crash down into the living room of this dude who's just staring at these cups that are just so angerifying. And the only cup he won't look at is the one that's going to be the most satisfying. Unfortunately, the reason he won't look and partake in this cup that is actually satisfying is because it sits next to the face of death. That's right, you have to stare into your own darkness to get this cup. It has the most sweetest satisfying drink you have ever had. But the only way you get it is if you look your own self in the face and go through that rebirth process. And go get milk. We do our best here. I say it was going to be a fight. It was going to be a struggle. It was going to be a journey, a trek, a process. Here this night went all across the desert and back. And all he went to retrieve was this canteen of the cleanest and freshest water. He'd go all the way across the desert and back. Now he's got to go back to the kingdom so he can add his cup of clean water to this concoction with her cup of clean water and begin. Just begin. Just start. It's just the prologue. I'm exhausted. And not just because I ran down the stairs like 15 times. Like, I am emotionally exhausted from all of this. Pace yourself, brace yourself, and work towards the best goals and intentions for yourself. Consider your approach when you are bringing to light your emotional self and putting your emotional self on the stage during this Leo moon. It's all about that inner work and doing that inner work first so that you're not just blindly squabbling for no reason and toxically projecting on other people or engaging with other people in toxic projections. But you don't just have any old plain scrap in the playground. Let's have a war. Let's plan our attack. Let's set ourselves a goal and a thing that we actually want to build out of this. Because destruction isn't always just for the sake of destroying. It's not always bad or malicious or evil. Sometimes something was foundationally, structurally wrong, and you'd want to destroy a place to tear it down and rebuild it. Bigger, better, same energy space, same vibrations. You know, you use some of the old rubble, but you put it together in new ways. You reform it into new and stronger bricks. You apply that arch, the arc. Follow the arc of the storyline. There's an overarching theme, but it all starts with those journeys internally. We can't do everything with everyone. Other people can inspire and push and pull us in different directions, but ultimately we have to make the decisions on where we want to go and how we want to go there. So allowing yourself to pull back and process things while you're pulled back is fine. Now, how many tandem times do we have to back and forth here to get where we wanted to go? But we got there because we had a common goal. We wanted to finish this story arc. So no matter where we got pushed or pulled, we came back around and we did it right because we took our time and we did what we could when we could. We made it make sense. Look at that, guys. Leo Moon. The Leo show, as it always is. Bring in the drama. But first, bring in the drama. Take that deep breath in before you exhale and think about process. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What are you trying to build? Because if you're not trying to build anything, maybe save your bluster. Maybe save your blast. Because this is wintertime and we're blasting out for water. Remember that. Have a fantastic evening, folks. We'll see you next time.